Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for subscribing. So if today is the first time, you're highly welcome. Please do so good to click on that red subscribe button below this video. So in today's video, I'll be teaching you how to make the Nigerian meat pie with a stove. So for the meat pie dough, we'll be needing all-purpose flour, then margarine. I have nutmeg seed and baking powder. That is half teaspoon baking powder, then lukewarm water. So here are the ingredients for our meat pie dough. So the first is to sift the flour. Then after that, you sift the baking powder. Then we add half teaspoon grated nutmeg, then little salt. Then you mix together. So the next is to add the margarine. I'm adding 250 grams of margarine to 500 grams of flour. Then you work with your hands till you get a crumbly texture of flour. All right. So you keep working with your hands till you get a crumbly flour or a flour that looks like raw gari. All right. So that's what the results will look like after rubbing in the margarine into the flour. So like this, hope you guys are seeing it. So after that, we're making a kind of hole. Then I'm adding 80 ml of water first. And work with your hands. So we want a crusty kind of meat pie. So you don't need to over knead the dough. We need to pamper this dough for us to get that kind of crusty meat pie, that we always love. So I'll be adding additional 20 ml of water, making it 100 ml in total. Then you keep working with your hands till you get a non-sticky dough. Keep working with your hands, keep working. Like I said, you don't need to over knead the dough, you don't need to overwork the dough. Just gently till you get a non-sticky dough. So guys, you're going to love this recipe. It was so delicious. This Nigerian meat pie was so delicious, and like I rightly said, it was baked with a stove. So keep watching. So after that, we'll be covering with a lid, any lid of choice. Then set aside. So for our meat pie filling, here is grounded meat, then potato, carrot, seasoning cube, and onion. And here is the mixed spices I'll be using: fried shallot, curry powder, rosemary, beef spices, pepper and salt, and vegetable oil. So here are basically the ingredients for our meat pie filling. So I've added the grounded meat to a pot, then added chopped onions. I'm adding the spices, which I mentioned earlier. After that, I added salt, then 2 seasoning cubes. Then we mix and leave for about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes to steam. Don't add water yet at this stage. So after 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, we'll be adding water. So this is it after 3 minutes. So the next thing I'll be doing here is to add water, little above the grounded beef. And we leave to add the vegetable oil. I'm going to leave to cook for about 5 minutes. So this is it after 5 minutes. And I'm adding the chopped fresh pepper and the carrot. Remember to scrape the back of your carrots, wash and chop it this way. So we're adding the carrots and we leave to cook for about 3 to 4 minutes on medium heat. So the next thing is to add the chopped potato. And for the potato, we're going to leave it to cook for like 2 minutes. We don't need to overcook the potato. So after that, we give it a stir. Then we are going to dissolve 2 tablespoons of flour in water. Then add it to the meat pie filling to hold. Alright, this helps it to hold and also make the meat pie, look moist. So as you guys can see, it's holding. It's already thick and almost ready. So I've transferred into a plate to cool because it needs to cool before using. Then the next is to break in our eggs. For the eggs, what we'll be using it for is to seal the meat pie and also to glaze the top of the meat pie. So we'll be whisking the egg for sealing and glazing and delicious Nigerian meat pie. So this is the dough. So we'll be flattening the dough with the help of a rolling pin. And I'm using a meat pie cutter. You can also use, a fork and something that could give you a round shape, but I'm using a meat pie cutter. So I'll show you guys how to use a meat pie cutter for those that don't know how to use meat pie cutter. So I'm going to flatten the dough this way. And transfer it to a meat pie cutter. So here we'll be scooping in our meat pie filling. So it's cooled now. You need to leave it to cool down. You don't need to add a hot filling in the dough. So it's cool. We'll be filling in our meat dough with the meat pie filling. Hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. So the next thing we'll be doing is to seal our meat pie with a pastry brush. So if you're doing it this way with a pastry brush, you take the egg wash and go around the dough. So this helps in sealing the meat pie to avoid it bursting when baking. All right, so this is it. This is how to use a meat pie cutter. Remove the excess, then you press and open. So this is it, and meat pie well shaped. So gently remove it from the meat pie cutter. So guys, this is it. You can go further to press it, with your fingers. So this is it. So we are done with this, and we'll be glazing the top of our meat pie like I rightly mentioned. And remember to grease your pan with enough margarine. I'm using a cake pan here, so grease it with enough margarine. So after this, after glazing it, we transfer it into a pot. We are using a stove to bake, remember. So I used my gas stand, my cooker stand. All right, so cover the pot and place the pot on the stove and bake on medium heat. All right, for 50 minutes. All right, so this is a meat pie after 50 minutes on medium heat, not low heat. Please bake on medium heat and not low heat for you to get the good meat pie. All right guys, so this is it, and meat pie is ready to be enjoyed. So it was so crusty, delicious, tasty, name it. All right, so if you don't have an oven, you can bake with your stove. All right, no difference, you can bake with your stove. You guys are saying this, oh, yum 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 yum. Guys, were so nice. All right guys, this is it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Please, if you've not subscribed, please just click on that red subscribe button below this video to subscribe to this channel for more amazing video. See you guys in my next video, guys. I love ya.